Gunfire at a French Montana music video shoot. Sexiest names in the world are revealed. Is yours on the list? Probably not. New dating app where ghosting and swiping banned. Check that out. What happens when you get an accidental tattoo? Oh my God. Top 10 most popular paranormal beliefs. Plus, a doctor shares five body parts you aren't washing properly. And it can get gross. All this plus National Calendar Day and maybe some other stuff. Who knows? News you probably won't remember next week. Let's go. What's up, guys? Welcome to the pod. It's Vaughn Joseph here. It's time for some Who News. News you probably won't remember next week, which is great because I'll have more news for you. Sometimes you don't want to hear about Ukraine and stock prices dropping and recessions and all that other crazy stuff. That's why you come here. We got some stuff for you. National Calendar Day on this day in history. We got some weird news as always and some TMZ celebrity type stuff. We got all the news you're hoping to get and all the news you know you're gonna forget. That should be the new tagline or something. I don't know. I'm just coming up with crazy stuff. I drink coffee. I give you guys the skinny on what's going on, or the tea is what they're saying in the streets now. Because I'm not very cool, as you can tell. Anyway, let's just get on with it and get you on with your day. It's Friday. Let's party. That's great coffee. National Calendar Day for January 6th, Money 23. It's the 6th day of the year. We're almost a week in already. What have you accomplished with your week? It is National Cuddle Up Day. One of my least favorite words to say, cuddle. National Bean Day. So that means tomorrow is National Flatulence Day. National Technology Day. I like National Technology Day. Let's see what that one's all about. Let's take a look. National Tech Day on January 6th recognizes how technology changes the world and looks to the future of technology. Each year, from the wheel to smartphones, the day honors technological achievements that impact our daily lives. That's what's up. National Tech Day, you guys. Go out and go buy some stuff. National Shortbread Day. That should be every day. Every morning with your coffee. National Shortbread Day. We're not going into tomorrow. Happy birthday if it's your birthday today. You share a birthday with Eddie Redmayne. Can we get some level? There we go. British actor, 1982, Eddie Redmayne. Indian composer, A.R. Rahman, 1966. British actor, Rowan Atkinson, 1955. He used to live in my town, right here in... Dang, giving up my locations. Now I can get all the stalker stuff going on. That's all right. We have a small community here. We know when you don't belong here. We get you up out of here. American actress Loretta Young, 1913. And American explorer Jedediah Smith, 1799. My goodness, that is a long time ago. Featured biography, Richard II, King of England, was born on this day in 1367. How can you be the King of England and be born in Bordeaux, France? I guess they don't have those rules like in America. On this day in history, I'm not talking about people dying. We're moving on. So on to the weird news on the Mirror. As you know, I go to themirror.co.uk, read some weird news, and see what it says. Maybe comment on it. If I don't comment on it and it's something that I find not interesting enough to talk about, you know where to find it, so you can go and check it out for yourself. I just realized something. This audio is not recording into the mixer, so we gotta start over. That's all right. We'll just start recording from this portion of the podcast, so it's going to be a nice, cleaner audio experience from this point on, guys. So themirror.co.uk is where you can find these stories if you want to expound upon these things that I probably will just gloss over for the most part, because most of these stories I don't find very interesting, even though they say they're weird news. Most of the time, they're not. My fiance bought me a cheap engagement ring when I know he can afford more. I'm gutted. So, should there be an expectation to spend a certain amount of money on an engagement ring? That's an interesting question. I don't know. Does it? It's a big deal for some women, not all, but for some women, it's a big deal. So maybe you should have a conversation about that before you do that. Tourist ruins stranger's proposal, but people claim they did it on purpose. Let's take a look, shall we? After proposing to his girlfriend in front of a picturesque backdrop, a couple were shocked as a tourist ruined their moment, and viewers say the stranger did it on purpose. Couples will often walk away from their proposals after heartfelt... I got the wrong glasses on. I can't see that. It's too far away. We're going to try. We're going to try anyway. Couples often walk away from their proposals with heartfelt memories for life. However, Jordan Elizabeth and her partner have taken memorable engagements to a new extreme after their celebratory occasion was ruined by a complete stranger. The couple's picturesque moment in front of Gullfoss Falls, Iceland, otherwise known as the Gold Waterfall, quickly turned sour as a shutterbug was keen to photograph the scenery. Well, that's what you go to places like that to do. Take pictures, right? Sharing a clip to popular video streaming service TikTok, Jordan, who posts under @JordanMcGowan, shared footage of the jaw-dropping moment, which has surpassed over 500,000 views. Thankfully, the couple weren't willing to let the moment dampen their wholesome occasion. They just got photobombed. I didn't even think that was still a thing, that people were still photobombing people. They got photobombed. I mean, that is kind of semi-disrespectful. If you see the guy down on his knees, he's on his knee. He didn't drop his contact lens, lady. He's on his knee, okay? He's got a box in his hand. It's too small to be a suitcase. There's nothing in there. It's not a Big Mac. It's a ring. So I get it. You should be upset. But you are in a public place, and you should expect there to be some bogeys. That's why when I work on a film set, they always have, a production assistant over there stopping traffic, etc. Maybe you should have had a friend that was filming it sort that out for you. Anyway, moving right along. Woman baffled after bride pal cuts her out for asking simple question about wedding. Experts warn against bizarre skincare trend of using egg whites to remove blackheads. Oh dear. Sexiest names in the world unveiled. From Hollywood stars to more unusual contenders. Is your name on the list? Let's take a look. A new study has revealed the world's sexiest names according to the hottest films and romance books. While you may be able to guess a few, others are rather surprising. The sexiest names in the world have been revealed in a new study, and there are some rather unusual contenders that top the list. Researchers at Love Honey America is an adult toy website where you go to buy like lube and toys. Based a survey off the names of main characters across hundreds of popular romantic novels and books, and concluded the sauciest favorites. Really? Jack was found to be the sexiest name for men. Oh my God! I hope Jack. I work out. The guy I train with, his name is Jack. I hope he never hears this, because if he finds out that his name is the sexiest name for men, Lord help us all. I've been trying to get Jack to get on a dating site. So ladies, if you're out there and you live in the UK and you're under 30, I got a buff young man that's willing and able. Anyway, Jack was the sexiest name, while Mary was crowned the hottest for women, closely followed by Nick, James, Rachel, and Kate. I know a Kate too. Kate was wearing me out. Mentally. Some were more predictable than Jack, featuring as the lead character in 9 novels and films, including Titanic, but others came as more of a surprise, like Margaret and Ted. Margaret and Ted? I would... shouts to all the Margarets and Teds out there. Mary ranked as the spiciest female name. My first girlfriend's name was Mary. As depicted by Rachel McAdams in the romantic time-traveling film about time. And Rachel came in second place, iconically used in Whitney Houston's The Bodyguard. Julia, Ava, Susan, Sophie, and Maya. Is it Maya or is it Mia? Mia, because Maya's with a Y, right? All followed closely, reminding us of famous celebrities. Julia Roberts and Ava Longoria, and even Susan Boyle, if she's your type. Why would you say that? TheMirror.co.uk. I'm upset with you right now for even putting that in print. Now, this is going to be the hot take for the show. I don't even have a TikTok account. This should go on the TikTok account. I'm going to start... Well, I do actually have one. I just don't use it. Okay. I understand. I know why they said it, and it's foul. You guys are out of pocket for that one. So what are you going to... They're going to try and just... Oh, yeah, she's a singer. If that's... Is singer your type? Anyway, I hope your name is on that list. And you can write to themirror.co.uk, probably at the Mirror News or something like that, for being disrespectful. Mom's holiday ruined as she spent 10 days in stinky tracksuit after British Airways lost her luggage. Sleep experts debunks 8-hour sleep rule and says you shouldn't lie in at weekends. So don't sleep in on the weekends. Your one time, they're probably saying something about you throwing off your circadian rhythms. You're supposed to still get up at 6 a.m., even though it's Saturday and you stayed up till 2. No thank you. Doctor shares 5 body parts you aren't washing properly. Get some oil, get some hygiene, you guys. I don't know how old you are. I know somebody, I used to date a woman whose son told me he doesn't wash in the shower below his knees. Bruh. Your feet are the last things to leave that water. The first in and the last to leave, right? And all that stuff is down there. Anyway. Are you washing your body properly? According to a doctor, you probably aren't. Family physician Dr. Jen Caudle has shared 5 body parts a lot of people are either forgetting to wash completely or not cleaning correctly. Taking to TikTok again, the health expert uploaded a video going through various body parts she thinks are being neglected and pleaded. She pleaded. She didn't even ask. She was pleading. She was like James Brown up in this piece. Please, please, please. It's Friday. What do you want from me, you guys? Come on. I'm trying to have fun. It's the weekend. She started off by saying, I need you to wash your bottom properly. I need you to get a wash towel or wash rag and some soap. And I need you to wash your bottom. She's telling you to wash your ass, people. Red Fox said a joke. I'm not going to get it right because obviously this joke is older than me. But he said, no matter how old you are or what color you are, whether you black or white, you rich or you poor, you still got to wash your ass. Wash your butt. This is the first thing the doctor says. And not even just that. Get a wash towel, you guys. Now, I don't want to sound racist or racial or anything like that, but I've been seeing a lot of posts on the internet about how certain people of certain ethnicities don't use washcloths. And whenever I've had overnight guests at the house, whether they be male, female couples, whatever, I put a towel out, I put a washcloth out. Washcloth is never used. Even when I go to the hotels, a lot of times when I'm traveling, if I'm filming something, no face towels, or in this case, bottom towels. I did date someone too, where she's like, oh, I'll shower. She just puts the stuff on her hands, and I'm like, you don't wash your car with your hands. How are you getting your pores clean? Anyway, I'm moving on. I digress. According to the content creator, a lot of people wash their front and neglect their backside. She added, quote, "It's not enough, in my opinion, to shampoo your hair in the shower and just let the shampoo or soap run all over your body and call it a day." Another mistake many people make in the shower, according to Dr. Cottle, is not lifting folds, extra skin, or big boobs. So if you got big boobs, you got to lift your boobs up, you guys, and get all up underneath there. You might find, your car keys or something that you couldn't find. They might be under there. She added, infections and things can develop if they're not washed properly. It's also important to dry under these areas properly when you get out of the shower. Thirdly, the doctor spoke about the importance of washing your belly button. Wow. Which some people don't do, she said. You'd be surprised how many people do not clean their belly button. Guys, it gets gross. Wash your belly button. Do it. Next, you should remember to wash your ears properly. You shouldn't be using Q-tips. Yeah, I was reading about that too. The health expert says you should get a wash rag, wash that canal, and make sure there's no earwax coming out of your ear. Nothing smaller than your elbow should be going inside your ear. Nothing smaller than your elbow. That's crazy. Lastly, she says you must remember to clean the back of your knees and neck with a washcloth. There's a trend going on here, guys. Washcloth. Sort it out. I use shower gloves. I guess even that little poof thing is acceptable. These are all areas people often forget to focus on in the shower. Some people were shocked to find out people hadn't been washing these places properly. One person said, "We had a work conversation where I found out some people don't use a washcloth, just the soap and hand." I'm sorry, what? I'm on team whoever said that. Another person said, "I am baffled that some people don't use washcloths." Quote, "Amazing that adults don't know this," said one person. And Dr. Cottle replied, "Astounding, right?" That is wild. You guys, get a washcloth. I'll put a link below. You can get a discount. Get clean for money 23. Let's get you clean. Let's get on to another story. What did I say? Accidental tattoos and swiping is banned from a new app. We got to find those stories for you. Mom fumes after donating kids' toys, then getting complaint they don't fit in car. People will complain about everything. I love it. So speaking of dating, Jack, with the most popular, sexiest male name, a new dating app where ghosting and swiping is banned. It's branded an online prison. Tired of giving your all to dating apps only to get ghosted, zombied, benched, or breadcrumbed? I'm so tempted to post something to somebody directly right now. I had someone once tell me, I'm going to go check my diary. That's their schedule, America. I'm going to check my diary so we can see when we can meet up. I never heard from her again. Wow. That was a fire diss, man. I had never been blown off like that before, ever. I even told her, I'm like, well played. That was a good one. I don't know how to take a hint. A new healthy dating app has entered the scene, and it aims to remove all the toxic behavior that seems to find its way. Okay. We were doing so good, you guys. I'm not gonna. You already know what's going on. If you've watched this pod before, you already know what's happening. I just struggled with these stupid typos. Tame, T-A-M-E, an app which launched in 2022, has a zero tolerance for bad behavior and wants to be more fair and inclusive. But it turns out these changes aren't exactly what some daters are looking for. Tame, which calls itself the healthy dating app, says it favors healthy human connection and safe use in response to the perils of modern dating life. Perils. One of its main features is that you can only talk to one person at a time, and you aren't able to browse other profiles until you end the conversation. How do I feel about that, having spent many days, many weeks, many months on dating apps? We're going to the commentary cam. You are now commentary cam. Everything's brand new and branded. We got all kinds of new stuff for you guys in Money 23. We're trying to level up this stuff for you guys. I have to say, I'm probably going to like offend or come off as primitive. But it's kind of crazy to only talk to one person, in my opinion. Because, like this woman that said, I'm going to go check my calendar to see, check my schedule to see when I can fit you in and never return. I could just be sat there waiting for this person to come back, and she never comes back. And because I'm a little bit dim-witted and I'm thinking, oh, she's coming back, I'm missing all these other opportunities to have conversations or meetings with somebody over on the next page. But I can't do that now because your app is saying you got to sit and wait for this person to come back. So if I end the conversation, can I reconnect the conversation? Because if I say, all right, I'm clicking, we're clicking, at least I thought we're clicking. She went to check her schedule. I haven't heard from her. Mind you, this didn't happen on the dating app. You should get the number and then get off the dating app. And that's another thing that I thought that I didn't want to do anymore. Because now people have your phone number. Don't give your number out. This was my new 2023 rule. Don't give your phone number out until after you've met in person. Chat online. Let's meet at the coffee shop. Hey, do you want to see each other again, swap numbers or whatever? Do it then. Because if you already have each other's number, then you could just be sliding into their DMs or their whatever. And they're like, oh, then they got to block you. And then your number's in their phone. So then they start popping up in your Instagram suggestions for people and stuff. It's never ending. This is what happens when we have all these connected platforms now. Anyway, moving on. It's an interesting app. It's not one that I definitely would promote. Let's find this accidental tattoo and then get you on the TMZ news and then get you on with your Friday. Woman turns accidental tattoo into something useful. And people say it's genius. Like when you brought extra cups to the barbecue. Dude, you're a genius. Many people spend years agonizing over which tattoo design to get, and it's a decision that will stay with you forever. However, one tattoo artist named Shay was left in a tricky situation after she inked herself by mistake. How do you ink yourself by mistake? Alright. The social media star who boasts more than 56,000 followers on TikTok, at Shay_tats, has, oh, for Christ's sake. I don't understand who's editing these articles over here at the Mirror, you guys. Now, I understand sometimes grammatical errors happen. But every episode I do a show, I gotta point out multiple errors. This is like the National Enquirer. It's not even that. This is like a mainstream news outlet that has a goofy segment. I know it's probably like this is your first job? Oh, we'll have you editing over there on the Weird News page. That has to be it. Let's start this sentence over now that I've calmed down. Now that we put the spectrum disorder to the side, the social media star who boasts more than 56,000 followers on TikTok account Shay Tats has been praised for her genius idea after she turned the accidental tattoo into something useful. Taking to the popular video streaming service, she shared how she transformed her ink into something. Come on! She inked her whole leg, or is it her? Oh, she inked her finger? Alright, I don't want to listen to it. Captioning post, she wrote, accidental tattoo turned into something useful. Shay documented that while completing a large tattoo on her thigh, she accidentally caught her finger. She's really young looking, so she's made a rookie error. Potentially. She accidentally caught her finger, which left her with ink. Which left her with ink of a small dot. Thankfully, Shay had a brilliant plan to add further dots alongside to make a useful tool for everyday life. She explained, I'm going to put 2 more dots, and then I'll have inches on my finger. It's just gonna be dots. It's gonna be kind of cute. Oh dear. I got 3 inches on my finger because I screwed up. My finger is going to become a mini ruler. Why am I nervous? She joked. I'm going to use this so much. It feels wrong. It feels like I'm doing it wrong. Unable to contain her laughter, she asked, what did I just do? All right. I'm sorry, you guys. I just wasted 5 minutes of your life on that nonsense. Sometimes it happens that way here on Who News. Because it's news you're not going to remember next week. Because of that. My ex-wife wanted to get dot tattoos. We're in L.A. She came to visit. Let's get tattoos. I don't want a tattoo. Well, we can just get a purple dot. Girl, you so crazy. Moving on. TMZ. What's happening in TMZ world? My stories are gone. I hate when this page resets. I don't want to hear about Harry and Meghan. Ari Spears says black men like Soulja Boy. Stop sagging your pants. I can't believe people still sag their pants. Can we get to the shooting and then get you on with your life? We got a poll question coming up, and we also have a trivia question. I can't think today. I also can't find the story that I had queued up. Lots of death. This is ridiculous. What happened to my story about French Montana? All right. Let's do a search. There it is. Gunfire erupts during music video. Multiple people shot. They should not allow guns on the set. A French Montana music video turned into a terrifying ordeal when gunshots rang out, and multiple people were reportedly shot. French and his team were in Miami Gardens Thursday filming a video outside the Licking restaurant. At some point, at least one person opened fire, injuring up to 10 people, according to Miami 7. At this point, it's unclear if French was hit, but a witness on scene tells us his security got him out of the area safely and without incident. Well, then he wasn't hit. If it was without incident, he wasn't hit. We've obtained video of French on the scene before the shooting, and everything seemed to be going smoothly. However, an additional video from after the shots rang out, you can see the chaos. Let's take a look. Wow, this is crazy. This reminds me of that time. I don't remember. It might have been. I don't remember whose video it was, so I don't want to say. But like, this is why Suge Knight is like in prison right now, isn't it? Because he ran somebody over at a music video shoot, and they were like swinging golf clubs. It was on. Maybe these were 2 separate incidents. I don't remember. So much happens on these shoots. I remember when I met Suge Knight. I met Suge Knight. I was working at a Beverly Hills hotel. A Beverly Hills hotel. And in walks Suge Knight. Now this was when Suge was still obviously well respected in the streets of LA. And it was late. Now it was probably midnight. The kitchen's closed. So I'm like, he comes in, he's like, what's up, brother? I'm like, yeah, you coming in? Yeah, I'm trying to get something to eat. And I go, I'm like, yeah, we got you. Come on. Come on in, dog. So I sit him down in my guy Yusuf's section. I'm like, Yusuf, I just sat Suge Knight in your section. He wants something to eat. He's like, bro, it's 12. The kitchen's closed. I'm like, I told him. He's like, what are you doing? Yusuf was freaking out because it's Suge Knight. Yusuf's this really nice guy. He thinks he's going to go over to the table and be like, kitchen's closed, and Suge is just going to start tearing up the place. Anyway. Nothing dramatic happened, obviously. You would have heard about it on TMZ or the like. Let's get you on the MSN and then get you on with your life. Because it's Friday and I got stuff to do as well. Breaking ranks. Now, do we want to talk any real news before we let you go? I don't think so either. How stupid can you be? Harry accused of putting family in danger. Alright. I don't want to hear anything about royal stuff. The creepiest actors of all time. We're on MSN.com right now, you guys, on the US website. So if you're in the UK, you have to change UK to US at the end of the search browser to get these stories. Daily poll question, 1 of 6. Do you have money saved for retirement? Yes, a little bit, but not much, or no. Wow. I was in DC at a friend's house, and go buy the C.W. Bordner's book. I want to say it's called The Pandemic Files, but I feel like that's not right. And I interviewed him, and I feel horrible. Pandemic Papers, maybe? And he's like, I was talking to somebody that didn't have $10,000 in the bank. 70% of Americans live check to check. They don't got 10 grand in the bank. Which is wild. Yes. All right, 49% of 11,182 or 180, well, I guess 182, I count, said yes. 32% said a little, but not much. I probably should have fallen into that category. But it's money saved. It's money. It doesn't matter if it's a little or not. It's money. It didn't say, do you have a lot of money? 19% said no. Those are the people that are living wild. They're like, we're going to be dead anyway. That's how I thought for a long time. Bing quiz for Friday. My throat needs clearing, so we're going to end this here. We're going to give you 3 and get you out of here. Soccer legend Pele's funeral procession was in his hometown of Santos. Where's that? Brazil, Paraguay, or Argentina? 8,000 plus said Brazil. 75% of them did. Got it right. 5 said Paraguay. 20% said Argentina. Come on. They don't even like dark-skinned people in Argentina, apparently. I learned that from one of my co-hosts on the Beatdown podcast who said, Argentina is incredibly racist. I will not support them in the World Cup final. Go France. I was like, yeah, we'll take the lesser of two evils, right? Which tech giant was fined over $400 million by EU regulators over its targeted ad practices? Apple, Google, or Meta? Now that's a tricky one. I will definitely not think it would be Apple, Google, or Meta. Wow, I'm going to say Meta, because they're just trying to get Meta out of here. I mean, Meta's done. This whole Facebook thing is done. It's like the MySpace of 2020. 61% of 6,900 people said Meta, and they were right. 22% said Google, 17 Apple. Last poll question, and then it's your weekend. Much of California continues to be soaked by heavy rains from a phenomenon known as atmospheric river, air mass thunderstorm, La Nina. All right. I'm just going to take a stab because I know what El Nino means. We're going to say La Nina. They love a little Spanish out there. Ooh, I got it wrong. It's 6,600 people voted. 64% of them got it right when they said atmospheric river. Wow. They really get dumped on. 23% said La Nina. I didn't think it was right, but it just seemed to fit. And 13% said air mass thunderstorms. Thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. If you're just listening, please head on over to the YouTube channels. You can search handles now. Just search V3TV or V3TV Podcasts. And you should find this show amongst all the other old stuff where I was doing some wild stuff with my friends. We're trying to settle down in my older ages. You know, I'm turning 50 this year, so we have to be more responsible with what we put out there to you. But if you are listening, I appreciate you listening. You can find our podcast on Spotify and Apple Music and Amazon, wherever you get your audio. That's where you'll find us. Rate, review, and subscribe. We love it if you subscribe. Just please subscribe. Hit the bell. You know what to do. If you want to see more of this stuff, I do these shows on Monday and Friday. I like to get the vocal cords warmed up before I go and do audiobooks and voiceover stuff. That's what this is all about. Bringing you nonsense news that you're not going to remember next week. It's Who News? News you won't remember next week. Have a great weekend. Peace.
These ones or these ones?
Saw an episode of Intervention. And I know I'm fine.
Illinois, Mr. Robert Bobby McNeely. He is going to join us tonight.
Hi everyone, welcome to the show. My name is Elaine Zhang, and today I am here with Eli Seal, documentary filmmaker.
I need more. Welcome to The Only Way is Linda. Today I have a really special guest here.